we did that. We are pooped, but we had a great day at the SoJo Spa. We feel refreshed and rejuvenated. You give it a thumbs up, babe? Thumbs up, Sean? Will you give it a thumbs up? Are you in it? Hey peoples! So over the summer, Carl and I finally got a chance to check SoJo Spa off of our list. Our girls were home for the summer, so this was a great opportunity for us to have some relaxing family time. This is our oldest daughter, Shayana, and this is our younger daughter, Sabria. There were two options for parking. You could valet, I think it was about $15, or for a short walk down the block, you could park for free, which is what we opted to do. Now, we read that this place can get really crowded, so we went during the week and we chose one of the earliest arrival times so that we could try to maximize on experiencing all of the different features before the crowds arrived. The whole check-in procedure was very quick and easy. So the first thing we had to do was remove our shoes. They give you a shoe locker on the first floor because it is a barefoot facility. And then once you go upstairs, you get another locker with the same number for your belongings. And this wristband works for both lockers, and you also use it to charge things like services and your food to your account. Once we were all changed, we headed out to explore the different amenities. It was such a beautiful day. We challenged Carl to run through the waterfall. He had to think about it for a minute because that water was cold. He ended up doing it, and then he challenged us back. We pretended like we were going to do it, like we was thinking about it, but no, we weren't doing that. We made our way to the foot massage path, and oh, ouch, ouch, oh, that hurt. It hurts. I can't do this. I cannot do this. I can't do this. This is tearing my feet up. This does not feel good. Yeah, I don't know who invented that, but it was not pleasant for me. But let me tell you, this hydrotherapy pool, oh, this was very pleasant. I thoroughly enjoyed myself in here. The water was the perfect temperature. The jets felt great. I think this was all of our favorite amenity. We stayed in here for quite a while. She took a nap. We just enjoyed relaxing, looking at the New York City skyline. I mean, it felt so good. I could have stayed here all day. We eventually moved on. We checked out the hot tub before heading all the way upstairs to the rooftop garden. This was a nice place to soak up some sun, read a book, take some pictures with the beautiful flowers and greenery. And of course, the perfect place to check out those skyline views. Next, we headed down one level to check out the infinity pool. Once again, taking in those panoramic views of the Manhattan skyline. We hung out here for just a little bit, and then we headed in to check out the saunas. They had different ones of varying temperatures, and each were supposed to offer, specific benefits. We very quickly realized that we are not fans of saunas. We tried out a couple, but we could only tolerate them but for so long. They say you're not supposed to take your phones in there, so I was being obedient. They had little cell phone lockers. They also had an ice room for cryotherapy, and I did like that. After messing around with these saunas, we were ready for lunch, so we headed upstairs to the food hall. Some of the offerings included sandwiches and wraps, salads, ramen, stir-fry dishes, pizza, and they also had treats like ice cream and cookies and things like that. The food was pretty decent. They do not allow any outside food, and they do check bags when you first come in. After eating, we went down to the relaxation lounge. This is the designated quiet space. They had a bunch of reclining lounge chairs, so we settled in here for a little bit. The girls were straight up like, we're going to sleep. So Carl and I, we just chill. I think I took a little cat nap, but we knew we wanted to check out some of the other baths, and it was getting later in the afternoon and the crowds were definitely starting to fill in, so we didn't want to stay here too long. So while the girls slept, Carl and I headed out to the silk bath. So this bath uses Japanese state-of-the-art technologies, and it's infused with stuff that's supposed to nourish your body tissues and revitalize your skin, and I think I felt some nourishment and revitalization happening. Next, we moved on to the carbon-rich bath. The warm water is enriched with a high concentration of natural carbon dioxide, which is known to increase blood oxygen levels and improve circulation. So we had to get some of that. Then we headed over to the Hainuki bath. Here, the white cedar wood gives off this soothing lemony fragrance, and it's just so calming. According to the information, it's supposed to tranquilize the mind and the body, and I must say it did its job. We enjoyed this the most out of the three. I also want to mention that there are other baths inside the locker room, each with different temperatures, but you cannot film in there. They're very serious about that. And I also want to mention that clothing is optional in the baths inside of the locker rooms. We didn't have anybody going nude when we were there, but just to let you know, that is a possibility. They also offer a wide range of treatments and services, and one of the newest that they offer is this volcanic sand bath. The last I checked, you guys, this is the only spa that offers this outside of Japan. It's a traditional Japanese treatment, and this is the first time it's being offered outside of Japan. So if you want to experience this, you have to go to SoJo Spa. We did not get it done, but it seemed to be a very popular treatment. We might have to go back and try this one out. So right as we were finishing up, here come the girls. They woke up from their nap talking about, we want to try these baths. So while they did that, we headed back to where? My favorite spot, the hydrotherapy pool. By this time, it was much more crowded over there than it was this morning, so I had to wait about 10 minutes to get a spot, but it was worth the wait. And then Carl decided to try the splash baths. And there were also standing bays. If you look kind of opposite Carl over there on that far side, you could stand in the hydro jets. And I enjoyed that as well. So after checking out the bathhouse and the locker room, we packed it up and called it a day. We were there on a weekday from 10 a.m. to about 4:30, and we were able to enjoy many of the amenities without the crowds. Though they did show up later in the afternoon, we still enjoyed ourselves. We all gave it a thumbs up, and Carl and I agreed that the place remains on the list and will return again. So I made the mistake of casually mentioning that we were not far from the American Dream Mall. I did not take into account the fact that we had a teenager and young adult with us. And yeah, so the next thing I know, we are at the mall. This is one of those malls owned by the same company that owns Mall of America. So it was quite large, and I already am not a casual walking around the mall type of girl. Coming to the mall is for a purpose. Plus, my mind was set on hotel and chill, so I did not have a lot of energy to give to this adventure. The girls and Carl were really down for exploring. I tried to be a team player for like about 5 minutes, but then I spotted myself a comfy seat. I went on and sat down, and I let them have at it. They went about looking in stores, seeing some of the attractions that the mall had to offer. They did that for a bit. Once they were through exploring, we grabbed something to eat, made our way to the hotel, got a good night's rest. The next day, before heading home, we decided to pop over and take a look about the city. Our hotel was very close to the New York waterway, so we decided to take the ferry. It was not the most economically friendly route, but since it was right there, that's what we decided to do. But it was about $9 per person each way, and it's a very, very short ferry ride, but it was fun and an enjoyable thing to do. Oh, and they offer a free shuttle, which was really good because it takes you up into the thick of all the action. And you can get on and off as much as you please at the various bus stops in the heart of the city. We first wanted to check out Central Park, and so we took the shuttle all the way up as far as we could, then walked a few blocks the rest of the way. This was a very hot day. By the time we reached the park, we were feeling it, but we pressed on. We saw the beautiful trees. We had hope that there would be some nice shade ahead of us. We didn't go too deep into the park, just enough to say we did it, say we laid our eyes upon it. But it was really nice. We found some benches in a spot where there was a cool breeze, and we rested up a bit because now we were about to go make the walk down into the heart of the Times Square area. We decided we was not going to get back on the shuttle. We'll just power through, get some steps in, and as y'all can see, that rested Sha'ana well because she is getting her power walk on, leaving us in the dust. It was the girls' first time being able to truly explore and take in and walk about the city, so they were having a ball. We all were. We stopped in several stores. Sha'ana was on a mission to find a I Heart New York t-shirt that had to be the perfect shade of pink. We eventually made it to the middle of Times Square with Sha'ana leading the way. This is where she ended up finding her shirt. We hung out for a bit in this area, just having fun, being tourists and doing all of the touristy things. We headed down Broadway. There goes Sha'ana leaving us again. That girl was not playing with us. She had a city to explore and we was holding her back. We came up on a pizza place just as we were getting hungry. And I mean, come on, you can't go to New York without getting pizza. This local was in there the same time as us. He said that this is one of his favorite pizza spots. He made a recommendation and we all went with it. And we were so happy that we did because let me tell y'all, this pizza right here was bomb. It was so good. After devouring our pizza, we made our way back up into the thick of things. We still had a 4-hour drive home, so we didn't want to stay too long, but we did a little more exploring, tried to keep up with our girls as they popped in a couple more stores. A little more sightseeing. Carl and I truly enjoyed spending time with our girls, seeing them have a good time. We love and appreciate that they still want to hang out with us and value family time. Sabria was really excited to see the New Year's Eve ball. She didn't realize that it was up all year round. And then Elmo tried to get me. Elmo, I don't know. Elmo tried to get me. Babe, Elmo tried to get me. Why you let Elmo get me?
I ain't know what you were saying. Apologies.
I don't know what she was saying or why she was trying to fill up on me, but I was like, okay, now it's time to go home. Time to wrap it up. So we headed to the nearest bus stop, caught the shuttle back to the ferry, enjoyed the quick ride back to the car, and we were headed home. Nah, daddy's girls win again. We ended up somehow back at this daggone mall. See that couch? Yup, that's exactly where your girls set up shop. I just sat down. I pondered if I would ever get home to my bed. The girls said the first trip was all about looking. This trip was about actually going back and buying. I don't get it, but anyway, eventually I made it home to my bed. If you enjoyed hanging with us, please give this video a like. While you're there, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.